He was doing what he was born to do and what we taught him to do. He was born to run, and that's what he did, and I think he was the ultimate superstar.
Oh, Barbaro in a sublime performance. He runs away from
The legacy a horse leaves on the racetrack can often be justified by their impact off the track. Every year, more than 35,000 thoroughbreds are born. The ultimate dream is for them to one day shine bright beneath the twin spires at the Kentucky Derby.
Off in the Kentucky Derby.
In 2006, one of the most famous thoroughbreds in racing stepped onto the track at Churchill Downs and would leave a lasting legacy well beyond his performance. The horse, Barbaro. For owners Roy and Gretchen Jackson, they always knew Barbaro was special from early in his career.
Barbaro's putting on a show here. This could be a nice one, Barbaro.
After starting out with victories on the turf course, trainer Michael Matz decided it was time to try Barbaro on the dirt to see if this talented colt could perhaps become a contender for the Kentucky Derby.
You know, the first couple of races we were on the turf, and then we just thought we better try him on the dirt.
With victories in the Holy Bull and Florida Derby at Gulfstream Park, Barbaro took an undefeated record to Churchill Downs. In the weeks leading up to Kentucky Derby 132, media and horse racing experts from around the world descended on Churchill Downs with all eyes focused on the imposing Beautiful Bay. Barbaro dazzled in his final workout before the biggest test of his career.
You wake up that day, is he ready for this? Will he take the crowd? Will he do this and do that? And you know, you just always think of the little things that can happen. Luckily, none of them did happen.
They will leave this afternoon saying they saw a part of history. They saw the next great horse of horse racing in Barbaro.
In front of a crowd of more than 150,000, Barbaro put in a breathtaking move around the turn, rolling past his rivals and simply dominated with a commanding victory in Kentucky Derby 132.
Here comes Barbaro. The undefeated Barbaro comes up on the outside, and he takes the lead as the field turns for home. And the Kentucky
Barbaro had put in a performance that left fans and horse racing faithful in awe with his ease of victory and for his connections. He made the most exciting 2 minutes in sports even more electrifying.
Oh, Barbaro in a sublime performance. He runs away from them all, and he has saved something left for the Preakness. Barbaro wins by 7.
I guess it really didn't sink into me until the next morning when I saw the roses on the railway outside his stall. So, you know, he was a pretty special horse.
When you win with a special horse like Barbaro, and knowing that have that kind of potential, and knowing how easy he won the Derby, so the sky was the limit, you know?
It was on to Pimlico, with all the talk that Barbaro would be the one to finally end the 28-year Triple Crown drought. But an injury suffered at the start of the Preakness would dash those hopes. After a long and courageous battle, the injury proved to be more than Barbaro could overcome, eventually succumbing to laminitis. Recognizing the impact Barbaro had on so many fans that he touched along the way, not only with his exceptional talent on the racetrack, but his courage beyond the cheering crowds, Roy and Gretchen Jackson wanted a place where people could visit Barbaro.
They put that statue up. It's a great tribute to him, his biggest moment, and I believe, you know, that was the right place for it to be.
Each year, hundreds of thousands of people visit Churchill Downs and the Kentucky Derby Museum and are greeted by the statue of Barbaro in full flight to victory in Kentucky Derby 132. And it is here that his legacy lives on forever.
He was the people's horse. Even people that don't know nothing about horse racing, you know? You mention Barbaro and say, well, he was a great horse.